Hi fellas, Ben back again on another one. This time it's about balancing the front wheel. This is it's going to be more like a static wheel balance, but without the wheel balancer. I do not have a wheel balancer with me. I'm going to be balancing the front wheel on the machine itself, and it's a very simple thing to do. I'm going to be trusting my axle, and it's how true it is. And just going ahead with that. One thing that you need to keep in mind is when you want to look at balancing your wheel is for you to get rid of your brake caliper assembly. I had kind of loosened this. Yeah. Yep. So it's important that you get your caliper out so that there is no grab, there is no any kind of friction, and because of the rotor and the brake pads, and you want the wheel to rotate as freely as it can. So there you go. Let it rest there. Now to see which is the okay. One thing of note here is that oops, this fellow is going to be causing some trouble. Okay, so as you can see, the wheel is already starting to move, and it's going to be resting on its heaviest spot. So in this case, if you were to take a perpendicular from the ground, this seems to be the heavy spot, somewhere around here, right about here, right where you have the air valve. Again, is rotating it. You're checking for acceleration. You're checking for now. Yeah, that was enough. Of course, this bearing setup is not going to be as smooth as balancing on a proper static wheel balancer, but this is good enough. This will give you a good idea of which is the heavy spot. Okay, so just to be doubly sure, I kind of loosened my main axle nut, and now we will try this again. We'll just see if there's a heavy spot on the rim. So I get my air valve on the top, and the wheel seems fine. I move it a little to my side and see if it's starting to fall down. All good till now. Just a little more. And still good. So this is just going to be a very, very small negligible difference, but yeah, any which ways, I'll just show to you guys what I mean when I balance things. So yeah, still good. There you go. The moment I bring it down to that position, there is a so this is technically because there's some kind of friction there. Even if I loosened my fork, and I mean, maybe it's the bearing, or maybe it's some kind of debris, or some kind of the grease maybe. It's best that you put this on a static wheel balancer and check, but then from experience I know that if you guys can see, the wheel continues to go down and down and down, and slowly if it starts to gain momentum, there you go, on its own it's starting to gain momentum, and that's only because of weight. So yep, there you go. So this is going to be a very, very minute difference. It'll come back to a resting spot on its own. So if I were to keep it at this position and let it be, we will see which is the heavy part, which is the heavy side of the wheel. Again, if I were to lift it up till here and let it drop, you'll see it comes back to a resting ground. If it does, again, This is just a minute difference. The wheel is very well balanced, trued just now. So because of the new rims. So yeah, I believe let's just take this to this side and see. Okay. There you go. On its own. Drops to the ground. And you almost very clearly know the difference is going to be why this drops onto the ground is because only because of this air valve. This thing is just the difference in weight in the overall balance of the wheel. This is the only thing that adds weight, and so the wheel comes back to this as a natural resting position. If I add some weight over here, I guess this would be somewhere around 5 to 10 grams. So we'll add about 5 grams on the exact opposite side of the wheel and see if that balances it out. Otherwise, we'll add another 5 grams and call it quits. So that's about it. So get the exact opposite side somewhere around here, clean this area, and we're going to be using weights. So these are stick-on weights. You get these fellas in automotive spare part outlets, or you could go to a tire dealer and he will immediately give this to you. He'll have sufficient in stock. So this is 5 grams, and I also have 10 grams with me. So we'll try with the 5 grams first. If it works, it works. Okay, so there you go. Some hand sanitizer and a tissue just to clean this portion. I'm cleaning both the ends just so that if I need to stick 2 of these fellas, I can stick one on one end, the other on the other end. So yep, nice clean. And let's try sticking one over here. Press it hard for some time. Move it around a bit, forward, backwards, side to side, just so that you know the adhesion is solid. Now with the 5 grams let's see if the wheel decides to fall on its own like how it fell earlier. So I keep it there at that angle and I release my hand. There you go. It's definitely slowed down. It's not as fast as it was earlier. It's a lot more controlled. Okay, let's take it to this side and see. Keeping it at 90 degrees. Yep, so it's quite obvious that this is the heavy side, the heavy part. 5 grams was not sufficient. I will go with another 5 grams on the other side and see if that'll do it. To check if all is well. Now now hopefully this is going to be balanced. Yep. There you go. 10 grams did it. 10 grams makes it way better than where it was. So yep. So now if you guys can see, yep, stopped moving. Even if I were to bring it down over here, still nope, the wheel stays where it's supposed to. Let's see, let's give it a bit of a movement. Nope. Nope. Let's take it to the top and then give it a bit of a movement. Will it continue or will it stop? That's totally fine. Totally fine. Very, very well balanced. Okay, so the wheel seems to be balanced now. This is how it is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be falling onto the heaviest point again and again. It should stay put. The rear wheel, I've never bothered to balance this because unless it is way poorly balanced, off balance, it will not make too much of a difference. But the front, you will definitely feel wobbling. You will feel a lot of nonsense going on when the wheel is not balanced. Another thing, I run knobby tires, so again it's not going to be very obvious on a knobby tire. This is just a good thing to do on spoke wheels, to balance them. It's a good habit. It's very important that you balance the spoke wheels, spoke wheel rims, so that you don't land up in trouble later when you have a weak spot on your rim. So yep, a quick video on how to go about sticking these little things and balancing your front wheel. So you could have definitely used a static wheel balancer, but this is also doable. You can use the forks and the axle as a static wheel balancer, like a steady point on which you have the wheel rotate. Of course, the wheel has bearings and you have an axle. It's somewhat the same setup, but the other way around, but with a lot more of friction. On a static wheel balancer, the axle rotates on super smooth bearings, and that is going to make a world of a difference. You will be even more precise. You will know where exactly is the weak spot. But this is good enough for a bike that goes off-road. So that's that, fellas. If this helped, it helped. And I shall see you guys on another one. Ciao.